Welcome to my channel, ketomealsandrecipes.com. As I promised in my previous video, today I will be making another wonderful and tasty international recipe. And this recipe is so delicious, I am absolutely positive your entire family will love it, whether they're keto, low carb, or not. This recipe is my version of a Vietnamese chicken and mint salad. This is a super easy one bowl complete meal you can make in under 10 minutes. As with all my recipes, this is a low carb keto, gluten-free and grain-free and sugar-free recipe. So it's quite adaptable for many diets and lifestyle choices and will appeal to a variety of people. This makes a perfect spring and summer warm weather meal, and the taste is very mild and refreshing. If you want all the details, which are not always included in the written recipe, please watch all the way through as I will explain substitutions you can make and give extra tips how to simplify and store this recipe. And lastly, check out the end cards for more Vietnamese recipe ideas. And if you like this video or have other suggestions, please leave me a comment. I just love corresponding with you. The macronutrient ratio for this amazing Vietnamese chicken and mint salad is 1.1 to 1, with 15.6 grams of total carbs, 4.9 grams of dietary fiber, resulting in 10.7 grams of net carbs per full meal-size serving. Now let's get started. First, I'm going to make the signature Vietnamese salad dressing, which is what creates that classic flavor for the salad. So, to a mixing bowl, add the sweetener. By the way, I am using an erythritol and monk fruit blend sweetener. Next, add the fish sauce. If you can find it, Vietnamese fish sauce would be ideal, but you can substitute with Thai fish sauce. Next, pour in the lime juice and drop in the lime zest. Add the olive oil, the chopped Serrano chilies. I include the seeds for a little bit of extra kick. Minced or grated garlic, black pepper, and the salt. And lastly, add a little bit of water. These are all the ingredients, so stir well to combine and then set aside while you prepare the salad ingredients. I'm going to start by cutting my peeled carrot into thin diagonal slices. After cutting the thin sections, I cut each section into thin julienne or matchstick pieces. Next, I get my red onion, I peel off the outer skin, cut it in half, and then cut each half into thin ribbons or sections. Since you notice the outer parts are a little bit longer, you can cut those in half. This will even out the onion pieces in your salad. The next thing I do is I remove the mint leaves from the stems because the stems are too bitter and all I want is that nice, fresh, light mint taste. Having done that, roll the leaves into a tube. Starting at one end, cut the mint leaves into thin section. The proper culinary term for this is to chiffonade. And then do the same thing for the cilantro leaves. Remove the leaves from the stems and then chiffonade. I also give the cilantro a bit of a rough chop at the end. At this point, you have a few options. I'm going to show you the full recipe using my homemade hickory smoked almonds and chop them up like this. However, in the original recipe, they use roasted, unsalted peanuts. Either one will work perfectly. And the reason I'm using the hickory smoked almonds is because my family prefers that. So you can adapt your recipe to suit your taste. Alternatively, you can leave out the nuts, either almonds or peanuts or whatever, altogether, because although they add extra flavor, they do add extra carbs. Now it's time to get my white, or sometimes called green cabbage, and cut the cabbage in half, followed by cutting each half into very thin sections. By the way, most of the carbs come from this cabbage. Here's another suggestion for a substitution. If you don't like the stronger taste of green cabbage, you can use Napa cabbage instead. Napa has a milder taste than green cabbage. And for the chicken portion, you have three options. One, you could make my 2-ingredient roasted chicken, link in the description box. Or, if you're pressed for time, or just want a shortcut, buy a rotisserie chicken. I like to get mine from Costco because they're nice and plump and they're a good price. I peel off the skin and then remove both of the chicken breasts. Or if you prefer, the more classic way is to take 2 raw chicken breasts and poach them in boiling water until they're cooked. Let them cool and then cut either the Costco chicken or your poached chicken, then cut the chicken breasts into relatively thin sections. And one more prep step. Again, this is optional but is part of the classic recipe, and that is to fry and crisp up your shallot rings. To do that, place a small frying pan on the stove top set to medium-high. Pour in your oil, and once the oil is sizzling, drop in the shallots. Let them soften up and start getting translucent, and then start using your tongs to toss them around as they're frying to a nice deep golden crispy stage. As you've noticed, while I was filming, I slightly over-fried my shallots. Oops. Use a slotted spoon to scoop out the shallots. Transfer onto a paper towel to drain and also pat dry the top. This will help the shallots to crisp up. Now that everything is ready, it's time to assemble the salad. Get a large salad bowl. Drop in your cabbage. Next, add the chicken, the julienne carrots, the onions, the cilantro, and the mint leaves. As I already mentioned, adding either the chopped almonds or peanuts is optional, and you would add it at this stage. Then get your little bowl with a salad dressing, to which you're going to pour in the leftover oil from frying the shallots, which is very nicely flavored. And once you've added the oil to the dressing, stir well and pour the salad dressing over the vegetables in the bowl. And then just toss well to combine. Again, here's another optional step. Use your hands to gently squeeze the cabbage to break the outer surface of the skin. This will soften up the cabbage and will release some of the juices from the cabbage and help to absorb the salad dressing. And also, scoop from the bottom as you're tossing. This will help to make sure that everything is well coated and combined. Now it's time to eat, so distribute the salad between 4 large serving bowls and your meal is ready. Or if you don't want to use it as a complete meal, divide it into 8 portions and serve this as a side dish. If you have any suggestions of what a good Vietnamese side dish with a salad would be, please leave me a comment. Now it's time to garnish the salad, so I'm going to divide the fried crunchy shallots among each of my servings. And one last tip. This Vietnamese chicken and mint salad will keep really well for about 5 to 7 days in the refrigerator if you cover it with cling wrap. I hope that you'll find this healthy and delicious Vietnamese chicken and mint salad something you want to try next time. Thank you very much for watching my video, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Please come back when I post my next video. Until next time, I wish you all the best. Cheers!